Welcome back to the news at 10. The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation is giving depositors the assurance of maximum cyber protection as the institution deploys a 5-year strategic plan to be driven by newly acquired technology. The Managing Director of NDIC, Mr. Umaru Ibrahim, also restated the institution's commitment to driving its operations with ICT. He was speaking at the official presentation of 3 ICT certifications to the institution in Abuja, the federal capital.
The Managing Director of the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, and other top management staff of the corporation, as well as representative of the British High Commission, are in this hall to witness the official presentation of 3 ICT certification to NDIC. Amidst applause from the audience, a representative of the British High Commission announced the 3 ICT certifications.
On behalf of the British High Commission, I have the great pleasure to announce that the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation has achieved certification to Business Continuity Management Systems, Information Security Management System, and Information Technology Management System.
Next is the official presentation of the certificates. The certifications by the British Standards Institution BSI is in recognition of NDIC's ICT innovations. Hence, the management assures depositors of maximum cybersecurity.
The 3 certifications provide a widely trusted endorsement of the corporation's excellence that can further boost the confidence of our stakeholders. I would like to assure you that the NDIC will continue to take serious interest in addressing the challenges of deposit money banks in Nigeria.
The official certification, however, places more responsibilities on the shoulders of NDIC.
Lending my voice to this process, I want to say that it is our hope that this certification becomes an invaluable asset to you. It should not in any way diminish the value for which NDIC stands for.
The NDIC is the only national deposits insurer in Nigeria, saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that depositors' monies are safe. And with the financial sector that is now driven by ICT, the importance of this certification cannot be overemphasized.
Customers with Union Bank may be in for a better banking experience as Union Bank introduces robotic process automation, that's RPA, to ease transaction time. With RPA, manual errors in transactions are minimal and staff work is made simpler and smarter.
This launch, right? What we're doing
standing before the staff and some customers, the CEO of Union Bank, Mr. Emeka Emuwa, highlights the benefits of the robotic innovation to the image of one of Nigeria's oldest banks.
With the adoption of this technology, what we're doing is essentially automating some of our repetitive back-end processes, right? What that does, what this allows our employees and our staff to do is to be more productive, focus on things that add value for the customer. Right? What we're doing as a bank, in addition to acquiring the customers, bringing them on board, is to serve them, and we're making more of that service capability available for the customers through this.
It's good to see human beings sitting down and not robots.
This is the first time such technology is being introduced in the banking sector. That's according to the head of service assurance, Mr. Bumi Olufeko. He affirms the robotic automation has been tested successful with the reconciling of ATM transaction challenges.
As soon as the robots finish working, it sends a mail to the BSM of the branch to say, look, this is your result of the reconciliation. And what that means is that the rest of the industry is waiting 3 days to refund to customer. We can return to customer in an hour or 2.
For the staff of the bank who may be concerned about job loss, Mr. Nath Uday, the Executive Director of Service and Technology, gives an assurance to the workers.
When you free up staff to do a lot more. We want customers to be able to concentrate on much more strategic stuff. What are the things that matter to the bank? We need people to bring in the customers. We need people to have time to solve customers' problem. We need people to look at customers' individual and business needs. You can't do that if you spend all your time on mundane things that could have been done. So it's just a way of enhancing the performance of the staff.
As customers' demands change daily, revolving around the technology world, Union Bank insists it is still big, strong and reliable to satisfy their needs.
Let's look at some more business news. Here's Kayode Okikiolu.
You first. First Bank.
Thank you, Ijema, and welcome to Business News. Nigeria Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele has confirmed that the operational framework for the swap deal with China's yuan currency will be released next week. The governor, who made the clarification at the media briefing following the outcome of the Monetary Policy Committee meeting in Abuja, says Standard Chartered Bank and Stanbic IBTC have been shortlisted as the settlement banks.
We do expect that by the time the framework is released, that Nigeria will end up being the renminbi trade hub in the West African sub-region, because there are only 3 countries in Africa that currently enjoy the swap deal between China and themselves: South Africa, Egypt, and Nigeria. So there's a lot of scope to grow trade. There's a lot of scope for Nigeria to benefit from this arrangement, and particularly not just in Nigeria, but also in the West African sub-region. When will it come into effect? We plan to release the framework for this by next week. And the settlement banks have been chosen. The settlement banks will be Standard Chartered Bank and Stanbic Bank, that has its own affiliate bank, ICBC, that's the Investment and Commercial Bank of China, and that will be the correspondent at the Chinese end.
And elsewhere, Consolidated Hallmark Insurance PLC has declared a dividend of 2 kobo per share, amounting to 140 million dividend to its shareholders. At the 23rd annual general meeting of the insurance company in Lagos, the chairman, Mr. Obinna Ekeze, assured that the future is brighter for insurers as the company is emerging as one of the top players in the financial services sector.
Shareholders study the financial statement with rapt attention. According to the management of Consolidated Hallmark Insurance PLC, the 2017 financial year was not too impressive due to the recession in the country, but the company scaled through. And to reward shareholders who have stood by the company, Consolidated Hallmark announces a 2 kobo dividend. This is gladly received.
Some companies are paying a lot of money for penalty instead to give it to their shareholders as a dividend. But here now, our own is different.
2 kobo dividend, not too bad, Mr. Chairman, but I think you will need more. If there's need for more capital as we move on so that we can generate more. Insurance business is growing more than the state at which we are.
Thank you very much.
From its financial statement, claim settlement paid in 2017 stands at 3.354 billion naira. The company declares a profit after tax of 406.2 million naira, as against 194.9 million naira posted in its 2016 financial year.
To be able to declare dividends in a period when the economy was really struggling is a combination to the performance of the board and the management team. So I think in all we have a lot of improvement to make, but I think the result was pretty good.
In our 11 years of annual general meeting, we have declared dividends 7 times. That attests to our commitment to delighting our investors. We will continue to put in our best so that that even in the years ahead, we do better than we have done already.
With the company's capacity expansion and growth initiatives to increase its revenue base, hopes are high for a better financial year in 2018 that will keep the shareholders on board with the company.
And more sell pressure from three key sectors pushed the local stock market to its longest string of losses since March the 28th. For more details on today's trading activity, here is Layo Adegoke.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The shares of Ikeja Hotel tops the price movement and the activity charts at the close of Tuesday's trading on the NSE, a day after it resumed from the technical suspension on its shares nearly 2 years ago. The company's share price notched up by over 9.6% to lead a pack of 19 gainers, while it contributed 34.55 million units to over 280 million shares traded. However, market sentiment remains bearish due to more sell-offs from the banking, consumer goods and the oil and gas sector, which pushed the all-share index lower by 0.43%. Meanwhile, 33 gainers led by Eternal Oil contributed to a further 64 billion naira decline in the total value of listed equities on Tuesday. And that's it on the Stock Market Report. I am Layo Adegoke. It's back to you, Kayode.
Thank you, Layo. Well, U.S. stock market closed Tuesday's trading session downbeat after U.S. President Donald Trump hints that a historic summit with North Korea's Kim Jong-un next month may not happen. But let's find out how the rest of the global markets ended the day. And that's business news. I am Kayode Okikiolu. It's now back to Ijeoma.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Kayode. With less than a month to the 2018 FIFA World Cup, the Nigeria Football Federation and some football enthusiasts have been brainstorming on how the Super Eagles can excel in Russia. The Sun World Cup seminar in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, is the platform where various speakers converged to discuss the way forward.
It means that the Super Eagles may excel in Russia 2018 and beyond is the cause of this meeting between football professional coaches, analysts and sports administrators. And the meeting ground is the Sun World Cup seminar in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The managing director, editor-in-chief of the Sun newspapers believes the dream is possible.
We decided at the Sun Publishing Limited to organize this event to galvanize the Super Eagles and indeed Nigerians towards a successful outing in Russia 2018. We do not believe participation is enough, and we believe that Super Eagles can indeed win the World Cup.
Declaring the seminar open, Governor Nyesom Wike promises his government's commitment to supporting the team and sports development in general.
I want to promise that we are not done yet with our support for Super Eagles and this campaign for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. We have a nice package for the team, which we shall unveil at the appropriate time.
It's now time for some insight on how this dream can be turned into a reality in Russia.
The ambition of any good football coach is to make the 11 players on the field think and perform like one man. Football is not a group team, it's not a group game, it's a team game. That means everyone involved must perform as a team.
What is the mentality of our players? We might have the right guts, we might have everything, but if the mentality is right, if they're not speaking together, if they don't depend on what they are told and the leaders on the pitch, and the match strategy, and the quality of opposition. Quality of opposition matters. If you don't know the quality of your opposition, forget it. As I said, we all hope that the Eagles will do well.
The Rivers State government says it will unfold more goodies for the Super Eagles when they play their farewell match against the Leopards of the Democratic Republic of Congo on the 28th of May in Port Harcourt.
Still ahead on the news at 10, we'll have more sports as Central LGA Primary School from Kwara State becomes the first school to qualify for the quarterfinals of the 2018 Channels International Kids Cup. Do stay with us.